Okay. All right. How y'all doing today? I just wanted to talk about a couple different things. Let me put myself back up here. Okay. How's that? How's that? Y'all tell me if I'm too ugly. I can always, I can always get off camera. Anyway, so I got a topic that I want to ask y'all to help me with, or I want to discuss it. If y'all want to discuss it with me, let's discuss it. My topic for this special broadcast is the black woman a savage? I heard a music uh, video today. I saw one today that Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce did. And from their perspective, the black woman is a savage. That was my understanding from their position in that video. That was my understanding. If I have it off, please somebody let me know that I got it off. Anyway, so uh so why so what why how could they say that the black woman is a savage? And what do they mean by that? What do they mean exactly by is the black woman a savage? And if the black woman is a savage, how are we as black men supposed to pair bond with a savage? That's the question. So how are we supposed to do this? Since we innately have a desire to pair bond as men, we do have a desire to pair bond with someone, um, even though we may be physically involved with multiple people. We do still have pair bonding desires. How can we pair bond with savages? So let's discuss that. First of all, what is a savage? What exactly is a savage? Those of us that are familiar with the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we know that a savage is a person that has lost the knowledge of himself and is living the beast life. So, do you mean to say, brother, that uh, today's black women have lost the knowledge of themselves? Well, from my perspective, it would seem that way because they used to be um, less masculine and more feminine and uh, more family friendly and less uh, you know non-family friendly as they are today. Now the question is, how did they get so non-family friendly? Well, that has come through the women's that is a byproduct of the women's empowerment movement, right? That's that's it's like uh, a nuclear power plant. A radioactivity is a byproduct of the reactions of the process of creating nuclear energy, creating the steam to create, you know, the energy at a nuclear power plant, right? So it's a byproduct. So why then, if we have this byproduct, how then and why are our women following this movement if the byproduct of this movement is this non-friendly or this non-family friendly atmosphere or this non-family friendly uh, behavior? Well, I always reference the Bible. Many of you guys don't read the Bible or believe in it or whatever. And hey, man, you know, I'm a totally non-denominational person. I'm not trying to force anybody to believe in the Bible or the Quran or the Torah or anything. You know, you believe in what makes you be a good person. Whatever doctrine that's going to make you be a good person, you believe that, meaning you're going to try to do your best for yourself and the people around you. Hey, and not to the detriment of other people. Hey, no problem. Do you. No matter what your skin color is, no matter what your sexual orientation is, if you're going to do the best job you can to be the best person you can be for yourself and the people around you, and you're not going to exploit other people to do it, hey, I have no problem with you. Whether you believe what I believe or not, or whether you see it my way or not, as long as you're not going to step on somebody else to get to where you're trying to go and on purpose, intentionally, then hey, I have no issue with it. I have no issue. You not, doing it while you know. Okay. So moving ahead. Now, going back to our question, is the black woman a savage? And we answered what we said a savage is. A savage is a person that lost the knowledge of themselves and is living a beast life. So are black women living a beast life? What is a beast? What kind of life do they live? A beast is different from a human. We're both animals, but a beast is different from an animal. That's why they use the term beast. We're all animals, but a beast is a different type of animal. A human being has the mental capacity to discern whether the outcome that's going to occur is going to be beneficial to the group or not, and is it in if it's uh, falls within a moral standard. Whereas a beast don't have no moral standards. Beasts don't have no moral standards. If you're a defenseless little dove and the hawk see you and it's dinner time, there ain't no moral standard. Oh, well, I know this dove wants to get back to her family. She just lost her way. No. You my dinner. I can overpower you. I can overtake you. You my dinner. Right? That's the mentality of a beast. I just take what I want, regardless to the effect on anybody around or anyone else. I just take what I want. I serve myself. I serve my interests solely, and everything is about my own survival. That's how a beast thinks. A human being doesn't think that way. We sacrifice. We have what's called sacrifice. We may sacrifice for the group, meaning our family group, right? We may sacrifice. We may not spend as much money as we could because we're trying to put some money away because a rainy day may happen and our family might need to put their hands on some money. Or we may get life insurance and put a little bit of money we could be spending at the casino or whatever. We're putting that towards our life insurance payments because we don't want our family to have to deal with uh, expenses after our passing, right? Or if something goes wrong, right? However, however, let's get back to the black woman. According to Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce, according to their song, the black woman is a savage. She is a human being that has lost the knowledge of herself and is living a beast life. What you mean, brother? How can a woman that's got all this money and all this jewelry and all these clothes be living a beast life? Well, I already explained that a beast lives for its own self-interest. It doesn't make no beasts don't make no sacrifices. You know, the family structure is not something that the beast is interested in. They do what they got to do to survive and what pleases them. Well, that's what we coming to. I do is that today's black woman. Not saying all black women are like this, so please don't say, "Hey, all black women like." Okay, of course, all black women. We making general statements here. Making general statements here. We saying the most uh, visible portion of black women are they savages? Are they savages? And what is the benefits to them for being a savage? If you're a savage, why are you a savage? And what led you to become a savage? If at one time you had a knowledge of yourself and you was able to do better and do for yourself and do better, and now you're not able to do for yourself and do better, why are you not doing for yourself and doing better? And why are you a savage? And why are you okay with being a savage? Why is the black woman okay with being called a savage? I didn't call you a savage. Megan Thee Stallion, I'm gonna keep saying it. Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce called you a savage. I didn't say you was a savage. Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce put it out that being a savage is an image that is intoxicating and inviting to you. I did not do that. So don't scream at me. If you're gonna get mad at somebody for calling you a savage or saying, it's okay to be a savage for the black woman, don't say it's me. I didn't do it. Go look at their video together and then come back and tell me that I'm saying it. I ain't saying it. I'm asking the question because I think that this kind of mentality is having a negative effect on the family structure in the black community. How can you ask a man to want to be in a relationship with a savage, with a self-admitted savage, and then come back and say, men, all they want to do is hit it. Of course, all they want to do is hit it. They're not going to who wants to get in a relationship with a savage? And a female savage at that. I mean, a male savage, that's bad. That's horrible. But a female savage, that's triple strength horrible. Why would I as a man I got my career going for me, I got my entrepreneurship going for me, I got investments going for me, I got real estate going for me, I got the four foundations of a man that's moving up in this world. Why do I need to take those four foundations and get myself involved with a savage? First of all, women, period, in today's economy is just like I'm always teaching. A good woman, we got to do some things different as men. You're going to have to let a good woman find you. Forget trying to find a good woman. Forget that. That is not working in today's, because a lot of these, the foundational understanding of most women, especially the black women, because I haven't dated anything but black women, so my understanding is from black women. So I'm going to just keep it there, other than observations. But for right now, we're talking about black women. The understanding that's being perpetuated to black women is that it's okay to be a savage. It's okay to be that way. You got your biggest entertainers in the world pretty much saying it's okay to be that way. It's okay. And it's a subtle It's not like it's they're not coming out saying, yeah, every woman should be this way. They're not saying that. So I don't want somebody to say, oh, well, they're not saying that. No, they're not saying that. What they're doing is kind of they're kind of low key co-signing. It's okay to do that. Look at me. I'm having all this fun being a savage. You should too. So the problem is, okay, if you want to be a savage, you're a grown woman. You're a grown woman. Be a savage. Uh, Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce, you guys are grown women. You want to be savage? Be a savage. But the question is, Beyonce has a daughter. Would you go to your daughter and tell your daughter to go be a savage? That's the question. That's the question. See, because in the real world, brother, what is typically the ending of a savage? A savage usually gets himself caught up in something because he can't see. He don't have no vision. He can't see beyond his own desires. But now, as a human being, you can't see beyond your own desires, and there's many bear traps out here. A lot of these women are bear traps, meaning that you can't see them up front. You know, they put the big bear trap out there and they put leaves on top of it. They put sticks on top of it, so you don't see it. The bear don't see it until he sticks his foot in it. By the time it's too late. His weight is already fall down, and that trap getting, bam, right? That's how a lot of these women are, man. The bear traps, man. You won't see the savagery until you actually in a relationship with them, or you trying to pursue a relationship with them. But I'm gonna tell you, man, most of them are a colossal waste of time. They are a colossal waste of time. Trying to be in a relationship with a woman, trying to be in a relationship with a woman that's not ready yet is like trying to eat fruit that's not ripe. It looks good. Banana looks good on the outside, but when you peel it back, you see it's all dark and it hasn't turned out right on the inside. It's not right on the inside. It's like it looks something like a pear. It's not good. It hasn't fully fermented yet. But still, you out here trying to be, you trying to be with this person. Same thing with a relationship with a woman that's not right yet. See, they have to mature. They have to get to a certain point. And now that's just normally. Now you have an extra situation where now they have this situation where they're in a society that says only the black women, it's okay for you to be a savage. A savage. And then anybody that comes along that says, oh, if somebody comes along and says, hey, we don't want our young girls to be running around thinking they're being savages, to think it's okay to be a savage, man, these people will rebuke you. They will rebuke you. They will come against you, man. They will rebuke you. So who really loves the black woman? Who really thinks good of the black woman? The person that rides along and tells her it's okay to be a savage, or the person that comes along and says, you're not a savage. You're the mother of the universe. You're just out of your mind right now. You need to get your mind back. And how do you do that? Well, the first way you're going to have to do like they do, what they say, cold turkey. You got to go cold turkey, man. Some of this, you got to contextualize some of this stuff that's coming at you. Back in the day, we used to be able to look at cartoons and understand that, oh, this is Bugs Bunny put a gun on Elmer Fudd and he shot him. But we understand rabbits don't pull weapons on people and guns, and you can't shoot somebody and they're going to get back up in the next frame. We understood that. We were able to contextualize. But because this society gives you so much, they lie to you so much, you start swimming in the lie. You want the lie to be the truth because the lie is so much better than the truth. The lie looks so much better than the truth. So we don't even want the truth. So now the people believe. So you got little kids out there thinking that they pull a pistol on somebody, they shoot them, they're going to see them the next day. Same thing with these youngins. They don't think it all the way through. They get hot at somebody, put a pistol on them, kill them. And now they're doing 50 years in prison, getting bunk raped because they put the pistol on somebody thinking they was tough. And I'm not saying there ain't no instances where you need to pull a pistol on somebody and pull the trigger. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is most of the time, our people are doing it because they just got angry and it didn't warrant doing that. Some of y'all say, oh man, we need to defund the police because no, are you crazy? Sometimes, and some of these police are bad people because they kill somebody. No. No. Some of those people that the police put down, they needed to be put down. Some of them needed to be put down, or somebody else's life would be in harm's way. See, but we got to context. See, we lost the ability to contextualize things, man. We take one situation and try to apply one understanding to all these situations the same way, and you can't. That's because we as men are not asserting ourselves as men. That's something that a woman would do. We as men need to assert ourselves and say, no. This situation warranted that. That situation warranted that. That's why laws come from us, men. Laws did not come from women. Women did not make laws. They only enhanced laws. They didn't come up with the system of making laws. If women came up with a system of making laws, man, please, everybody would get hung on everything. There would be hard. There wouldn't even be no men here. But you have to have a way to distinguish certain things and context certain things and have levels to certain things. There's murder 1, murder 2, murder 3. There's levels. Most women don't have no levels, man. It's either murder or not murder. You know what I mean? It's either all or none. But how would they get like that, man? They get like that because they're more open to being taken advantage of. This is not my, this is observations, man. If you look in the Bible in the Garden of Eden, who was the one that was initially taken advantage of? Who? I mean, she was the one that was initially taken advantage of. And then once she got taken advantage of, she made sure she took advantage of him. She was taught technology, and she used the technology to take advantage of him. The Adam. I don't know if I'm lying or flying. Somebody come check me if I'm wrong, but I'm just spitting the truth as I see it. I personally don't. I think that the black woman thinks she's a savage, but she is not a savage. She is not. She is not. That's not her natural. That's not her natural state of mind. Is savagery. Her natural state of mind is mothering and nurturing, and bringing life, the fulfillment of life. That's her natural state, and supporting black men. That's her natural state. That's her natural state. But a lot of our sisters have been mishandled through molestation, sexual assault, just all kind of mishandlement that they have gone through, and then therefore it has twisted their understanding. It twisted the development of the brain to where now the brain does not operate in the way that it should. It operates in the way that the devil wants it to operate in, where this division is here, because the Quran said the devil is the author of confusion. Okay, so if we rolling with God, there shouldn't be no confusion, right? It should be everything should be. We all should be on the same page, right? Even if we're coming from different directions, right? Peter told Jesus, "Hey, there's some cats up the way. They kind of teaching the same thing you teaching, man, but they ain't even giving you credit for it." And Jesus said, "Don't worry about them. We'll see them later. See them down the road. If they teaching what I'm teaching, we'll see them down the road. We'll run into each other. paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing. We'll see each other down the road, and that's where we'll meet. We'll meet there, and we'll discuss it there. But leave them alone. They're teaching something because I'm teaching good. If they're teaching what I'm teaching, then they're teaching good. So let them teach it. Why are we gonna spark something with them just because they ain't saying my name every time they teaching something? Just like, you got these YouTubers say, hey, I said this first. I said this word first. I said that word first. Please. There's a white man out there named Webster that could come out and say, I said all these words first. You didn't say my name every time you saying these words. Huh? So you need to kill that argument right there. Kill that. Whoever said, whoever's saying what, because you never know who's saying what that's going to hit somebody, that's going to spark them into changing their lives, right? I heard a word that helped me change my life. I was a complete savage. I was a savage. I was worse than a savage. I was worse than a savage. And I heard a word that pulled me up out of my savagery. I said, like Elijah Muhammad said, I was so far in the mud, I don't even think my eyeballs were sticking out. I don't even think my eyeballs were sticking out. Elijah Muhammad said at least his eyeballs were sticking out. I don't even think mine were sticking out, brother. I was doing so bad. And not physically. I mean, if you looked at me, you wouldn't have saw it. I was doing so bad spiritually and emotionally but I was able to cover it up so badly, so good that the real world didn't see it. But I was living a beast life. I was living 10 beast life. I was out of control. But in a day of love, God came and had somebody talk to me, man, in the right way, and it struck a chord in me, man, and it took time, but it kind of clicked after some years. It kind of clicked. So parents, you guys out there talking to your children, man, and you see that they ain't listening, that's okay. Just keep spitting at them, because eventually it's gonna click, and then they're gonna say, this man is a genius. I remember the day I thought that about my father. I said, man, this man is a genius. This man is a genius. Why did I waste all that time not listening to this man? This man is a genius. Absolutely, a genius. And then, of course, he passed away. And I was like, man, all the knowledge that I could have got from this dude, man, I got to go with what he gave me. He gave me a lot. Thank God. But savagery, is the black woman a savage? Is she? I know about being a savage. That's why I can see, savagery is something that is being given to her or put out in media, in music and entertainment, to where these young black girls looking at it can say, yeah, that's acceptable. It's just being made more acceptable. Any of you guys, I don't have a daughter, but do any of you guys have a daughters that you're okay with being savages? I think most guys wouldn't. Most fathers that care about their children. I mean, a lot of us are just out there, man, and we are so happy that our children don't live with us, so that we can chase all these other women and pipe down all these women. We're so happy that that's what we really want. Well, I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about those of us that stayed in the house and made the sacrifice to stay in the house, even though times was bad, times was tough, times was hard. But we stayed there anyway because we was trying to make a better place for these children. And we sacrificed. We sacrificed our own feelings and said, you know what? This ain't about me and me not being happy. This is about these children. If I didn't have these children, I could make any kind of move I want. But I got these children. So now I got to make moves that's going to be good for them. Well, those kind of fathers, do you really want your daughter out there of being a savage? You really want your daughter to get out there on TV, on national TV, on the media, on YouTube, on social media, saying, you know what? I'm a savage. You know, I'm gonna let any dude that I feel that any dude can just run through me, and then that's the kind of situation I have. I just let dudes run through me, and I'm good with that. Or I'm a always I'm a savage. I manipulate men into doing this and that. And this, I manipulate them, and I don't have sex with them. Which one is worse? Obviously, in the long run, the person that's being a savage about the sex is going to be much worse. But the person that's manipulating guys around the sex is going to put their personal safety, their safety is at risk as well. I mean, it's just, do you want your daughter in that situation? You guys that got black daughters, I think, well, forget being black. Do you guys that have daughters, do you want your daughter in a situation where she's sitting on you sitting at home, you watching YouTube or TV or something, and you see this girl pop up talking about how it's so she's cool with dudes running through her, and she just plays dudes to get money, and I mean, is that what you want? Is that what you want? I don't think so. That's why I say a good woman is hard to find, or a good woman is worth their weight in gold. A good woman, because a good woman ain't gonna do nothing like that, man. A good woman is going to understand that her she don't have to have her name said. It ain't about her being acknowledged publicly. It's the fact that children is her children are eating and eating good food every day, and wearing warm clothes every day, and clean and warm clothes every day, and they sleep in clean and warm beds every night, and her husband is fed and set up to for his next day of going out there in that wild west world that we got out here, when you got to go out here and try to find a way to earn money to support your family so that you can have maybe on the weekend a little bit of time to spend with your family and try to show them what life is should be really about. Somebody has to take the sacrifice and go work these 60, 70 hours so you can have a little bit of time, right? A good woman is going to support your program as a man. If you say if upon this is the way this is going to go, and if these children act outside of this, then they need to be disciplined. See, a good woman's going to back your program up. A good woman's not going to, when you're not around, talk about you and put you down. No matter how she feel about you, she's not going to put you down in front of your children. She's never going to create division in front of your children. If she got something to say that's alternative to what you're saying, she's gonna wait until she had a moment with you to discuss it with you reasonably. She ain't gonna just go off on you in front of your children. See, a good woman understands that going off with a lot of women don't understand this. When you go off on a man in front of his children, if he's the disciplinarian in the situation, you go off on him. What you're telling these people is he ain't a disciplinarian because he can't even control you. So why should I listen to? See, it's confusing to the children. The children say, why should I listen to somebody you don't even listen to? They're going to take any reason to run the other way, and that's the reason they take. See, the problem is we know what a bad woman looks like, but the problem is they're calling the bad woman good, like in this song that I was listening to. They say that a black woman is, they say like they make being a savage fair seeming. You know what I mean? It's a fair seeming thing. It's a good thing to be a savage. How is it good? What are you getting benefiting out of it? Now I understand what Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce are benefiting out of being a savage. Many women will pay and buy that pay money for that record and will make them millions of dollars. And the record company makes money. So they are in support of whatever you say about being a savage. You think they would put a record out where Jew Jewish women was out there saying, I'm a savage? Do you really think that? Do you think that they would put out a record of Asian women out there saying, I'm a savage? No. First of all, those two communities would just they would stop the record label before the record label even got to chance to upload the video to YouTube. And then if it got to YouTube, they would protest YouTube and they would get on YouTube's case about it. But look at us, bro. We're out here, and I understand why it's going because they're so powerful. They're so powerful. They meaning the people that support this type of message are so powerful. How can you go against them? How do you go against them? Who can make war with them? Because they're just so powerful and they back by the beast. I mean, the record companies, they're huge. These media companies, they're huge. How can you go against them? They can get a new lawyer for every day of the year. That's how much money they got. How do you go against them? They'll send you a cease and desist order. Hey, stop telling us to stop saying that black women are savages. But you know what? Instead of I'm not picking anyone, but those that go out and protest, instead of protesting a record company that put something like that out, instead of protesting YouTube, instead of protesting Instagram for even promoting something like this that would even suggest that a black woman is a savage, they don't do nothing, man, on this level. Now, I know why I said this before. They're not going to do it because, at least in Black Lives Matter situation, they're not going to do it because the people that's actually put the money up for Black Lives Matter and fund their program, they got an itinerary, they got an agenda, they got a list that these are people you cannot touch. And the media industry and Black Lives Matter are working together. They don't go after them. They don't go after them. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Go look it up. Go look it up. Go tell me where Black Lives Matter protested against Viacom, any of these major media companies for putting out something like a black woman's a savage. I'm a savage, and promoting images of savagery to black women, young black women in particular. Go on and tell me. Go on and show me. I'll be sitting right here waiting. You're dealing with somebody who knows what they're talking about. I'll be sitting right here waiting for you to go ahead and show me that. And not just Black Lives Matter, anybody that goes out and protests, any protest group that says they're concerned about the welfare of black people in particular. Why don't they go after these people? And I'm not saying what you should or shouldn't do. I'm doing what I'm doing here. I can't say, hey, why they got, that's not my fight. My fight is going to black men and trying to get black men, one black man at a time, trying to show and educate them on what they should be going after and what they should be looking towards and how they should be entering and exiting relationships. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying. I wish some of them that was really saying, hey, the black woman is their primary focus, they would address some of these things. Why do you think a lot of black women are not in relationships? Because they're okay with this kind of mentality. Who the hell wants to be in a relationship with a savage? With a savage. Think about that for just a minute, brothers and sisters. Who wants to be out here with a savage? I don't care what color you are. Who wants to be in a relationship with a savage? Mm-mm. Many of our women, they just don't know. They don't know. They're unfortunately in the situation where they're not getting educated on how to be a woman, how to be a lady. not just a woman, but a lady, that you all females and you all can be women, but not every woman is a lady. Not every not every female is a woman, and not every woman is a lady, right? Some females say, "I'm a savage," as Megan Thee Stallion would say, "I'm a savage," and Beyonce also kind of co-signed on singing on that song. I mean, you don't sing on songs. You don't sing on songs unless you're feeling the song, right? The feeling the message of the song, right? You don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna sing on this song. I don't agree with this person. I don't think that I don't think their message is good, but I'm gonna sing on their song." I don't think the average artist wouldn't do that. The average artist is gonna say, "Hey, I'm feeling this person. They hot, and I'm just gonna sing on their song because they hot. It's not. It ain't got nothing to do. I don't feel that way. No, most of them gonna be like, I'm down with this. I'm not gonna sing on it, no matter how much money they offer me. I'm not gonna sing on a song unless I'm down with the program." So that's why I'm getting the impression that Beyonce is down with the program. Because I would think an average artist wouldn't sing on something or jump on a record unless they're down with the message in the record. Is the black woman a savage? Is the black woman a savage? That it can be a debate. I'm looking at just the average sister's understanding on the street. I mean, we'll put it like this: if the black woman thought that being a savage was a bad thing, I think they would have came out like they're coming out against Kevin Samuels. They're coming out against this man for saying some things that are just basic. They're just basic truths, but they're coming out against this man. If the black woman thought that she wasn't a savage, she would have came out against Megan Thee Stallion, against Beyonce, and said, "We not savages, and we don't want to hear nothing about being a savage, and we don't want you promoting this to our children, that our girls, that it's okay to be a savage." I think if black women felt that way, that's what they would have did, right? Because they got all this time to come out against a person like Kevin Samuels. And I'm not saying Kevin is perfect. None of us are. None of us are perfect. But what's the guy's major crime? Saying the truth. I mean, that's his major crime. It's just saying the truth. Oh, he didn't say it in the way you wanted him to say it. He just needs to say it more like Dr. Umar, throw a bunch of queens and goddesses in there when he's talking, right? But men don't talk like that all the time. It's not called for all the time. You know what I mean? You can't talk nice all the time, right? Sometimes it requires a strong word. And then the people, if God would touch their heart to hear it, they hear it. If their heart is not touched, then of course they're going to go with their own understanding. And then, like I said, most of the people in this country are demon infested, and demon will most of the time give you a wrong understanding of the truth. The truth comes your way. The demon will make sure they try to distort it so that you will have anger for the person that delivered the truth. Anyway, anyway, so that's why I say black women must be okay with being having their girls being showed imagery and being encouraged to be a savage. They must be okay with it, because if they wasn't okay with it, they're coming out against a dude like Kevin Samuels who's just teaching the truth. Yeah, he may not say it the way you like it, and I always tease him about saying, because I say he puts a fire on the tip of the spear, but it's the truth. One thing no one can say is that this man is making this information up. You can't say that. You can't say, "Hey, he's trying to make Mac." Well, you can say whatever you want to say, but you can't substantiate it with facts that the man is trying to make black women look bad or he's trying to put them in a bad situation. Here you got Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce showing your girls that it's okay to be a savage. It's okay to think in that along that line. And many other artists, I ain't gonna just say it's just them, but many other artists are saying typically the same thing. You already got on the men's side of hip hop the misogyny that's going on there, where they just really, the alpha dogs over there are just really talking about just they basically running through women like women and jewelry like nothing. Like if you go and listen to some of these rappers' depiction of black women, they talk about black women like they got a tail on the back of them. Yet nobody, these people that's all up and down Kevin Samuel, I just trip off that, man. You all up and down Kevin Samuels like he's just the worst person since sliced bread. But here you got rappers here. You got male rappers calling black women hoes and bitches. Calling them hoes and bitches. You ain't having a problem with the you ain't having a problem with the record the producers who produced that record. You ain't having a problem with the artists. You ain't having a problem with the record company. You ain't having a problem with the distributor. You ain't having a problem with them having a Vivo on YouTube. You ain't having a problem with YouTube. You ain't having a problem with Instagram. You ain't having a problem with Facebook. You don't have no problem with none of that. And here they are straight out calling your daughter and your daughters and your girls hoes and bitches. But you got a problem with Kevin Samuels. See, I'm trying to show you the savage understanding. Savage, it comes from being demon laden. You laden with demons. The only thing that's gonna make you okay as a living human being, being a savage, is a demon. A demon is gonna tell you, oh, it's okay for you to be a savage. Why do you need to follow God's laws? You a slave when you following God's laws. You free when you doing what you want to do. Are you? Are you? How can the devil make you free? How can he? If the devil give you something, he say, here, sign this contract. Once you sign this contract, I'm gonna make you a star. I'm gonna make you a multi-millionaire. Really? Yeah. So you sign the contract. You become a multi-millionaire. But they give you a handler. They give you somebody that says, oh, you can't get involved in politics. But my people are suffering. No, 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 no. You can't get involved in that. But I got so much and my people are stuck. No, you can't get involved in that. Let them suffer. Here, have another line of cocaine. Here, let me introduce you to this man. Let this man blow your back out and get your mind off of it. And then have you all caught up. Look at Mary J. Blige. Look at that situation. Look at the Mary J. Blige situation. And not just her, most of our sisters that are come through the entertainment industry, their situation is very similar to that. When they give you somebody and just to hang on, help you hang on, so they can just make more money out of you. We just get another album out of you. And we just get another album out of you. By the time you look in the mirror, you don't even recognize who you are. I know. I'm Lazarus. I know I am Lazarus. I was raised from the dead. I was dead. I was dead. I was raised from the, but I ain't gonna be like Lazarus. I remember. I know who raised me up. The God in heaven. I know who raised me up, and I'm gonna always put him out there. It ain't me. I'm not here because of me. I'm here because of his power over me. I was dead, gone, dead, deader than dead. You talking about the back gate of hell. I was hell in the gas jacket. But who pulled me back? Who brought me back to life or somewhat of life? The God of the universe. And it's my, but first I had to recognize, man, that I was not the person that I wanted to be. I had to recognize that. See, black women ain't willing to look in the mirror and say, something ain't right here. You got somebody else's hair on your head. You got somebody else's, you got silicone in your breast. You got, injections. You got cement in your butt. Something ain't right here. Something ain't right here. And don't blame us as black men. It's only a small percentage of black men that want you to make yourself look crazy like that. That's not regular black. But see, y'all don't want good black men. You don't want good black men. That's the reality, man. You don't want good black men until you get busted. When you get busted and broke down, you want to go to black men, have them sitting on a shelf, go to black men and say, okay, I done gave all of this vagina away. It's got 100,000 miles on it. I got 2 or 3 of us other men's children in tow with me. My credit is shot. My finances, I don't have no money. I don't even have the time because I got to take care of these children to even go and educate myself to get a better job. I know what's a Hail Mary. Let me be Doug Flutie right now. Let me be Doug Flutie. If you guys don't know Doug Flutie, look Doug Flutie up. Anyway, you throw the Hail Mary out there. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna patch myself up. I'm gonna get on Facebook, Tinder, Christian Singles, eHarmony, whatever, Match, whatever. I'm gonna get on one of these things, and I'm gonna try to land a guy with making 6 figures because that's what I need to get out of the mess I'm in. I need somebody with 6 figures, and I know I get men all the time. Yeah, you get men all the time. Yeah, because they just want to run through you. They ain't trying to build nothing with you. I had a whole bunch of marriage proposals. I turned them down. Like I said, obviously, the dudes that's proposing to you must be suckers in your vision because if you thought they was any good, you would be accepting their proposals. True? Simple logic, man. Simple logic. But black woman, you don't want no good man. Not yet. Not yet. When you in your 20s, when you in your 20s and early 30s, man, you thinking, man, the music ain't never gonna stop. The party ain't never gonna come to an end. But as you get into your 30s, you start realizing, man, I'm getting offers, but they not good offers. They're not offers like they would have been had I cashed in my chips when I had much more sexual market value. See, that's one thing y'all do, man. Y'all play yourselves on your sexual market value, and you think your sexual market value is going to carry you over, or people going to see you as a good person. But men that see you as a good person, it's just like dudes you see as a good person in your 20s. You see a guy and you put him in a friend zone because he's a good person. Why? Because you want an animal. You want to be you want to be with an animal, right? Because your nature is to be with an aggressive alpha male. So that's what you're looking for. You ain't looking for no nice guy. You ain't looking for no guy that's gonna love you no matter what and take care of you. You will lose all respect for a guy like that. Unfortunately, this is a biological situation. I'm telling you because you're a human being and you can change that thinking process. You can adjust it. If you was just a simple animal, you couldn't adjust that thinking process. But I'm telling you, this is why y'all have bad relationships because you're going into relationships always trying to be the person controlling everything. You're not going into a relationship saying, this is what I can do. And I'm willing to go with the program that you got set up. As long as you respect me, as long as you show me respect, I'm willing to go along with the program that you got set up. See, y'all don't go into relationships like that. Y'all go into relationships like this. You gonna do what I say, and that's it. You gonna do what I say. What? Yeah, think about it, man. What kind of man is gonna want to be in a relationship like that? Certainly not an alpha dog. Definitely not gonna want to be in a relationship. Only beta type of dudes is gonna want to be whatever the, and I'm saying beta using the, you know, community language. Only beta type of dudes is gonna want to be in a situation. What do I mean by beta? I mean, when you come in with that, see, as a woman, when you come in with that alpha mentality or that alpha energy, they have to come in with the only way it's gonna work. You can't be with another person with alpha energy. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna, you know, like repels. So it's gonna have to be unlike attract. So you're gonna have to, if the she's coming with the alpha energy, you're gonna have to come with the beta energy to make it work, to complete the circle. At least a little bit. It eventually will grind down because women do not respect beta guys. They just don't respect them. And eventually it gets to the point where they just don't respect them anymore, and they decide they're gonna walk away. I didn't make this up. This is biology. I didn't make this up. A woman wants to be, there's something about aggressive alpha energy that that gets the juices flowing in a female. That's just biological. That's not me. It's biological. So how does that translate to a social situation that you in? They still have these biological feelings, brother, and they're not in a way. Let us take a break real quick. Be right back. All right, these people calling me, man, about my computer subscription. Don't fall for the scams, man. They call me right now and say, "Oh, we're gonna debit your card $399 to upgrade your virus protection." I'm like, wait a minute, bro. I ain't got nothing like that going on. It's like, oh no, we. I'm like, okay. Anyway, where were we at? We were talking about the black woman and how she don't biologically is set up not to want. She biologically is set up not to want. She's biologically set up not to want a a good man. So why are you biologically set up not to want a good man? Well, a female in the animal kingdom is going to want to mate with someone she feels is going to have the gene to promote the species. That's just a desire of hers that's innate. Second, she's gonna want safety. She's gonna know that she's gonna be safe. She mates with this man or this male of the species. She ain't gonna have to worry about someone coming to do her harm as she's caring for his children or she's incubating his children. So she's gonna need to have that. She's gonna have to look at the man and say, he's big enough to hold off anybody that tries to come along and do something to me while I'm walking around pregnant. Because I'm in a condition where I really ain't in a situation where I'm supposed to be, put my hands on somebody. So I need somebody to cover down on me, right? And so then they want to see somebody that's aggressive. They want to see how aggressive can you get if the situation get ugly. How aggressive can you get? They want to see that. They want to see that. So they're attracted to that, brother. They're attracted to that as especially as young women. They really don't have the ability to discern. Oh, this is. They don't have the ability to discern whether um, we're in a civilized society. I don't need. He don't have to be as aggressive because we're not out here on the street. We live in a house or a dwelling. We don't have to worry about him. He don't have to be aggressive to everybody that walks past our house. They don't see it that way when they're young. When they're young, they see it like, man, that aggressiveness is so attractive they're attracted to that. Here's the problem. The problem is that they have been redirected into being aggressive themselves. Now they're aggressive. But the problem is they don't understand. How can you be aggressive? How can you, as a black woman, be aggressive and then expect an aggressive black man to be with you as well? That ain't gonna work. That's why the relationships ain't gonna work, ain't working. Because number one, you aggressive yourself and you going after alpha males, and alpha males are not gonna sit in a relationship with you. They might bang you. They probably will bang you if you look good enough, but they're not gonna sit in a relationship with you because they know better. They're not gonna feel good as a man. You're not gonna feel good with a woman telling you what to do, and she's crazy. You're not gonna feel good with that situation. Huh? And then on the other side, if you get with a beta male, you might be with a beta male, but after a while, you can get tired of telling that man what to do. As a woman, you're gonna get tired of telling him what to do. I know what you're saying right now. I'm a feminist. I can, I control what's going on. Okay. You really tell me you respect the man that you can tell what to do all the time? I mean, I don't see how you can. You got a man, you telling him what to do. Get up, come over, sit down, get in this room. Here, come in here, fix dinner. And the man run and do everything you say. He jump up 10 feet in the air, trying to run and go do it. You really gonna respect that? No, I think you're gonna toy with him like a cat. But eventually, the cat toying with the mouse. Eventually, he eats that mouse, and he goes get another one. So you're in a bad situation, man. You as a black woman, you have been led into thinking that makes you to be okay with being a savage. And these people have gotten your biggest stars, your biggest entertainers to pretty much co-sign that. They pretty much was able to co-sign on you being a savage, black woman. Now the question is being a savage, because we've already established that that's the understanding that's out there. So the question is being a savage a benefit to you, black woman? Is it a benefit to you? I would say in the short term, it's a benefit, meaning that you can get guys to do things for you, and you don't have to have no sympathy for what you're putting these people through. You don't have to have no concern for it. But I'm saying in the long run, see what it is. It creates it propagates a thinking process in your head that it's okay to use people. It's okay to promote and use people. Well, men use women all the time. We're not talking about men right now. I'll get to men later. I'm talking about you right now. I'm talking about you, black woman. You who think it's okay to be a savage. Propagates in your head, you know, you sitting like a queen and you ain't gonna see no sorrow. But Father Time, the wall is coming. The wall is coming. I don't care how good you look. The wall is coming. And as a woman, you could make $1 billion. Ask Oprah Winfrey. I don't care how much money you make. That ain't gonna make no dude run at you and say, "Hey, I want to build something with you. I want to be in a long-term relationship with you." Maybe in Oprah's case, because some dudes is crazy enough to try to marry a woman just because she got money. But I think even at some point, a real man is gonna say, "I don't care if you got $10 billion, man. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. If I got to go work a factory job so that ain't no woman telling me what to do, I'm gonna go work a factory job. You keep your $10 million." But that's me. I ain't got no problem with hard work. And I think the average black dude don't have no problem with hard work. The average one do. The benefits of being a black woman and being a savage, man, is that yeah, you can get money out of dudes. You can get money out of dudes. You can get all kind of. It's got a lot. It's got a lot of different things you can get out of men. But what's the long run? What's the of it? What's the end game? What's the end game? Look at Mary J. Blige's situation, man. Look at Aretha Franklin's situation. Look at so many of our sisters, man. Their situation in the end, and it's and those are the one. Those are people who got resources. We ain't even talking about the average sister on the street. The average sister on the street ain't even got money in retirement account. They ain't even saving money for their retirement, man. What's the retirement plan? She's just out here working at Vons or Sodi's or whatever. The Zodi's, I'm dating myself. Yeah, ain't no Zodi still out here. Vons or Walmart or Target. You ain't saving for your future. They just working. They just trying to get by from the first day to the next day. What if a man? What is the benefit? See, and then you got your stars over here telling you it's okay to be a savage. So now you having fun, you working, you got a little money in your pocket, you able to, you ain't in your mama's house no more. You're able to really turn your savagery on. Back in the day, we used to call it what they really saying, hoeing. We used to call it you could turn your hoeing on full blast to full throttle because now you out of your mama's house. You could really turn it on. I'm saying that I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing. I think the black woman, yeah, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna try to date different people and make mistakes. That's not what I'm saying. That's not over the line. What's over the line is the savagery part. I'm gonna use this man because he got resources. And I don't care if I'm taking money away from him. F him. If he wants what's between my legs, I'm gonna make him spend all his money. That's why I tell you, man, these women today, they ain't worth the trouble. They ain't worth the trouble. But you know what? I see the way I look at it like this. See, me, brother, you ain't gonna man, 99% of you dudes will never listen to what I'm saying. It's okay. It's okay. But me personally, I like to move you know, like they say, a thief in the night. I'm so ugly, man. I could walk through a whole crowd of people, man. Go right to the bag of money, pick it up. Everybody's trying to figure out how they're gonna have sex with somebody. I just go right to the money, pick it up, walk right out of the room. Nobody would even see me. That's how I do it. I let y'all dudes get all the pussy you can carry. Yeah, so much pussy is falling out of your pockets. Okay. I ain't spending no time looking for it. Because I realize most of these women would never pass my test. Because I need to be able to. First of all, she would have to respect me on a whole nother level. The average woman doesn't even know how to respect a man like that today. And so an average woman is only going to pretend so long. She can only pretend so long. I respect you. Yeah. And she can only, especially these women that call themselves savages, they can only pretend so long. A real woman that really respect you, brother, she gonna respect you in any situation. Even when you hurting her, she gonna show you respect, but she gonna say, "Hey, man, I love myself enough. I can't do this, man. Go ahead and do what you got to do. But I have to do what I have to do, man. And me dragging myself through this situation is not good for me, man. And I wish you the best." That's what a real woman to do. But these savages are gonna drag you, brother, over everything. Hot coals, nails, spikes, and they ain't gonna care. They don't care. They don't care you got a family. They don't care. What do they care? They don't care you got people that you taking care of or you got responsibility. They don't care. All they see is you got resources. They can manipulate you to get to them, and that's what they're gonna do. These women, most of them, they ain't got no. Most of them that call themselves savages, they ain't got no. They don't have no virtue. They ain't got no. What do they care whether they pull your whole life apart, bro? What do they care? What do they care? These women don't care nothing about you, especially a lot of these black women. They don't care nothing about you, black man. You just another iron that could be thrown in the fan. So if you don't take care of yourself, now there's a God that cares about you, but He can only teach the willing. He can only help the willing. See, teachers come. Teachers come. If the question is, are you, black man, gonna listen to the teachers that's coming to teach you? Or are you gonna say, no, see, that teaching is gonna slow down me getting all this pussy out here. So I can't listen to that. Or if that's what you really want, all means, my friend, go ahead. Get as much sex as you can handle. Just get out the way of the rest of us. While you wasting time, so you think just because it's nighttime, that's the time for you to go after that. No, brother. The time for you to get involved with sex with a woman is when a woman presents that to you. You just stay ready. When a woman presents that to you, that's the best time to go after sex. If you present that before she's ready, you think you're gonna make her ready? Bad way. Bad way. And just in my opinion. Just in my opinion. But let me get back to the black women because black men, you're a whole nother conversation. And you ain't gonna like that conversation. I know like black women don't like this conversation. You ain't gonna like that. You ain't gonna like that conversation I have with you, black man, because it's a lot of stuff you're doing that causes our situation to stay the way it is too, or get worse as well. Anyway, now that we know that black women they don't even want good black men most of the time, especially these ones that call themselves savages or adopt that mentality. They don't want no good black man. They want. That's why you in the club. That's why you in the clubs. That's why you in the bars. You don't want no good man. You don't want no man that's gonna treat you right. You want a dude that's gonna be in a club or a bar. What kind of dudes go to clubs? Dudes that's a club is a meaning. Club is a sanctioned place where people can go to hook up for sex. It's a sanctioned place. It's sanctioned by the government. Says, okay, this is a place you can go, and you can go in there and you can try to have sex with somebody at some point. But but because there's no guarantee, there's no contract, it's legal. It'd be illegal if it was a brothel where there's a contract. You can go in and say, I want this act to be performed with me, and I want this person to do that act, and here's the money to pay for it. That would be illegal. It's legal for you to come in to a club with the same mentality and just say, okay, nothing's because a woman don't guarantee that situation, or she don't give you a specified date, like on a contract. It's no specified date. Therefore, this is legal. It's a loophole in the system. But what kind of dudes go to bars and clubs, man? What kind of dudes go there? Thirsty dudes, man. Dudes trying to hit it. I don't think any dude is going to a bar or a club looking for a long-term relationship. Just like I don't think most females that go to bars and clubs ain't looking for long-term relationships. Most of them are not. Most of them are going there because they feel like, hey, this savage mentality, that's what it is. I'm gonna hit whoever wants to hit, and then I'm gonna move on to his friends. I'm gonna run through his whole crew, and then I'm gonna run through the bar, I'm gonna run through the club, and I'm gonna run through whoever. Let's just be real, man. The average woman's got about probably 2 or 3 dudes that's actually getting physical with her. There's 2 or 3 that's actually physical. There's probably another. This is probably another 3 or 4 that's circling the wagon. That's orbiting, and then she's got her eye on another 1 or 2 out of the stratosphere. That's typical. That's how the average woman in today's society is operating. Single woman, rather. In that scenario, brother, how is things gonna work? How is this? See, when you getting that much validation on your bullshit, how can you turn into a good person? How? You getting that much validation on your bullshit? You got close to 10 guys validating your every move. Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't did that. I'll take you to lunch. Oh, there's no guarantee I'm gonna have sex, or there's no possibility of me getting. That's okay. I don't mind. I'll pick you up. Oh, your car's on a flat. No problem. I'll come and pump it up. You look like an idiot. But that's another. I'm gonna get into the beta male understanding on another video. Right now, let's keep it on the black woman. But you're using and misusing these dudes. And all of you dudes are validating this woman. What's she supposed to think? What's she supposed to think? she ain't never, she ain't never going to, uh, she ain't never going to get the proper understanding until the validation is gone. And then a wall set up where she can't cross it. She can't climb that wall. Right? The shock of the hour. She get the shock of the hour. You know, the overwhelming event that occurs that you can't, nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about the overwhelming event. So she has to have a overwhelming event in the shock of the hour. When the shock comes, bam, shocker, and then the overwhelming event. No matter how she try to, it's too over. The event is too overwhelming. You can't use your savage logic to make it work when the overwhelming event occurs. You're gonna have to deal in facts only, and truth only. And the truth is, black woman, you ain't in relationships because you adopting this philosophy, and you won't check people that's got there telling you to do this, or you won't. Better yet, you won't context it right, and you won't present the opposite vision. Like I would say, maybe a Michelle Obama type understanding. Well, hey, it's okay to have your life and a career, but but you got to be smart enough to know, okay, this man is going to be the president of the United States. Do I need to still be practicing law? I mean, do I really need to do that? Or should I be here to support this man and my children? Should I fall into that role? Should I make that sacrifice? Should I make that sacrifice? See, but the women's empowerment movement tells you to avoid sacrifice, forget sacrifice. All a woman is man, that's the nature of a woman is sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your body to bring another life into the world. You have to sacrifice your breast to the pain of your breast to let another human being eat off of you. You have to sacrifice your job to make sure these babies get the education they need, or get at least get up to about 4 or 5 years old. And then most people throw them into the public school system, right? But at least you done got them up that far, so they can at least know right from wrong, good from bad, when somebody's approaching them the wrong way, and such and so on and so on and so forth. But today's woman, brother, the women's empowerment movement has shown the sisterhood you're a fool for sacrificing. You don't have to sacrifice anything. That should be a red flag to anyone. Anything that you're going to accomplish, you are going to have to sacrifice money, time, relationships, something. You want, or all three. You're gonna have to sacrifice something. You have to sacrifice. You have to give something up to get something. Only person that don't give up something is a baby. That's why a lot of us are still spoiled babies, because we expect that we don't have to give nothing up. Everybody, these some of our sisters in this savage mentality, they feel like I don't have to give nothing up to be with this man. I'm not saying you got to give him sex, but you should at least give him a good time. You should at least put a smile on his face, make him laugh, smell good, look good, treat him right, treat him nice. At least he should get that. Show him the utmost respect. Show him how a woman's supposed to act, man. Let me tell you something, man. There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing more. Let me see if I can get the words right. There is nothing that's more attractive to a man than a woman in her feminine framework, operating out of a feminine framework, showing mad respect to him, not because she know him personally, but just as she respecting him as a man. She'll draw out, because like brother said on the last podcast, every man has an alpha male inside of him. Every man has an alpha male inside of him. She will draw that alpha out of the dude. I mean, ain't nothing like. And then if you stack them all together, I don't know. But the black woman, when she's operating where she's showing respect to you just for being a man, just for just she pulls out the best in you. I done seen sisters just being a good woman take dudes that was just savages and calm them down and put them to and just and literally take them and dog walk them. Just because she was as a woman, she know her power as a woman. So your power can neutralize the savagery in a man and bring him back to the God that's in him, which is righteousness, which is operating off of righteousness. But you forgot. We said, what's a savage? Savage is a person that lost the knowledge of himself and living the beast life. Like when you lost the knowledge of yourself, you don't know who you are. You got somebody else's hair on your head. You got somebody else's clothes on your back. You got somebody else's thinking in your brain. You got somebody else's language in your mouth. You got somebody else's food preferences in your mouth, in your stomach. You're just in a bad way and you don't even know it. And nobody can tell you're in a bad way because If they do, man, army, you gonna unleash the army on them. You're gonna unleash that female army on them, and the beast is gonna come for them. The beast is the social media campaign, social media. They're gonna come for you, and they come for you. That's why I always talk about Kevin Samuels, man. Here, this man he's just talking about, hey, if you weigh it over X amount, you weigh more than a man. You need to check that. You're gonna have a serious health situation. If you don't, you're gonna have a serious health situation. On top of the fact that most men are not attracted to that. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. See, black women are the only women that the world will tell you're good being fat. You're good being overweight. You're good being diabetic. You're good being hypertension. You're good. You're good with heart disease. You're good. You know, you're good doing things that promote those conditions. They're not gonna tell you, oh man, you don't see them saying to white women, oh yeah, you good being fat. You good. You got hypertension. Yeah, you good. You on your way to hypertension and kidney disease. Yeah, you good. And the men are wrong. If they don't want to date you because you 100 pounds overweight, then they got a problem. Right? They don't tell white women that. You don't tell them saying that to Latin sisters. Hey, you super huge? That's good. You should be super huge. No. You don't see that. Not major campaigns like that. No. No. Even if they have if you look at it, if you look in the white community, nothing against our white people, but I'm just saying the truth. If you look in the white community, brother, even when they have an artist, a female entertainer that's big, brother, you will see that she will slim down at least a little bit. At least a little bit. Kelly Osbourne, Adele. What's that other chick, man? Uh, uh, the Kardashian chicks. See, they don't play because, man, they understand. Nobody don't have to tell them because there's nothing out there telling them it's okay that you're big like that. That's why even if they're big, once they get to a certain level, man, they start trying to lose weight. They at least try it. They may not get there, but they at least try. Because they understand, man, that is not they're delusional too. White women are delusional too, but not as delusional as black women. Black women are totally delusional in a lot of cases, just totally delusional, where they say, hey, you're a bad person for not wanting to go out with somebody because they're fat. Meanwhile, that fat woman to say, oh, you ain't got no job, I can't go out with you because you don't make a certain amount of money. It's okay for her to discriminate against him because he ain't got no money. Or you only 5'7", you only 5'10". Oh, you short. You too short. I need somebody 6'4", 6'5". That's okay. You can short shame somebody. You can income shame somebody. It's okay to do it to a man. But a woman, just to say to somebody, hey, I don't, or you say, hey, I don't want to date anyone with children. I'm not prepared for that situation, right? Because if you ever dated somebody with children, you're talking, hey, how you doing? Hey, oh, what's going on? Oh, I'm fine. How you doing? Wait a minute, hold on. Reggie, sit down. I told you for the last time, sit down. Okay, what was you saying? Yeah, hold on. Bianca, I'm going to come and get you. I'm going to get all of y'all. Okay, what were you saying? Reggie and Bianca, I told you. I wish I never would have kicked your daddy out of this house. Okay, what was you saying? I mean, who wants to go through that? Nobody wants to go through that. Well, I won't say nobody. Well, let me say, Most guys don't want to go through that. Those of us that's been through that, you dated single mothers, you already know, man, that's hard. It's hard. It's hard on them. It's hard on you. It's hard on the children. It's hard on everybody. It's hard on everybody. Best thing that you can do for the average black single mom is to let it get, don't try to date them. Let them spend that time that they would be spending dating you. Let them spend that time raising their children. If a special single mom stands out, because some of them are, some single moms, man, are very special, man. They deserve a second or third look. I ain't gonna sit out here and say every single mom is, bananas. Most of them are. I would say 90%. But there's that 10%, bro. There's that 10% diamonds in the rough. There's that 10%. The question is, if you don't know how to see that, you don't know what you're looking at, stay away from them. Stay away from single mothers, because you're gonna make a mistake. Those of us that know what we're looking for, we could see, okay, this may be worth going through this. But if you don't have the eyes for it, just avoid them, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're looking at, and you could pick the wrong single mother. And man, let me tell you something. There ain't nothing worse than getting involved with the wrong single mother. Even though the wrong woman is bad, but the wrong single mother, ay, ay, ay. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Absolutely out of this world. Absolutely out of this world. So the people say, black women. I just wanted to, well, let me put it like this. I just wanted to come out and talk about black women because I heard this song saying, "I'm a Savage" by Megan Thee Stallion. And in the song, she's portraying herself as what will be considered a savage. Beyonce as well appears on the song as well. And from my understanding, and somebody could tell me if I'm wrong, from my understanding, she was, meaning Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion is painting a picture of it being okay to be what is called a savage, which is a person that has lost the knowledge of himself and living a beast life. Okay, so Megan Thee Stallion is painting a picture of herself. Since many people look up to her, if she's saying, "I'm a savage, I'm living a beast life," then many people would look at her. Many of our young women would look at her and say, if she can live a beast life, then I should live a beast life as well. Many of them don't know how to see. We lost the ability to context some of these messages and be able to say, okay, she is as a grown woman speaking in terms of just herself. She never came out on the record and said, "Oh, all women should be a savage like me. All you young girls should be." No, she didn't say that. But what I'm saying is, images are powerful to young black women. And when they see a person coming out and saying that, a person that they admire, or two people they admire, coming out and one saying, "I'm a savage," and the other person singing along on that, which means that is a silent cosign of the message that's being on the record, then they may say to themselves, "I'm going to go ahead and try and live a savage life myself." And that is what we're trying to avoid. We don't want no savage women out here, man. It's hard to find mates for savage women. Anyway, I think I pretty much made the case for why we don't want our women we don't want black women to be savages. I think I pretty much made the case that, you know, that black women are okay with, they're okay with being described as savages. As long as they're being described as being a savage by another black woman, they're okay with it. Because Megan Thee Stallion says, I'm a savage, or being led down into being a savage, either being led into being a savage. Megan Thee Stallion says, I'm a savage. You got a daughter and she likes Megan Thee Stallion. You don't know if she knows how to context that message and say, this is information for grown-ups. This is a grown-up, this is a grown woman saying this. I'm underage. I probably shouldn't be adopting grown-up standards at this age. But nowhere on the song did I hear Megan Thee Stallion make any reference to say, hey, I'm saying this as a grown black woman. If you're an underage black woman, a black female, this is not a message for you. This is not something that you should strive for until you get to a certain age of understanding where you can, now you're an adult and you can practice this type of lifestyle. I didn't hear Beyonce say that. So I guess if you're a black woman, you can they can call each other savage. Well, they call each other bitches and hoes anyway. So I guess a savage, what more is that? I feel like they shouldn't call each other any derogatory name, whether it be bitch, hoe, or savage, or feminist. And I'm not saying feminists are derogatory. I'm saying as there's parts to the feminist situation that are not family friendly. They're not family friendly. They're not nuclear family friendly. So, and the nuclear family is what has protected us as black people in this country. And so, when you take apart the nuclear family situation for black people, you get what you got now, man, which is just chaos, man. It's just the world wild west. It's chaos everywhere, and all your rappers can sing about is trapping and trapping. What is a trap? Think about that. What is a trap? What is a trap? A trap is something that somebody doesn't see coming of bad, right? It's a situation where somebody is going to be committed into a negative situation, but they don't see it coming. But somebody, while they know, a knowing person set up the situation for this person to be caught in a situation where they can't return from it. Why do we want to be this kind of way with each other, man? Why do we need to? We shouldn't need to trap each other. We should need to just be good to each other. But look at me, man. I'm talking crazy, man. I know I'm talking crazy. Here I am talking about black women, talking about black men, and everybody hate me. Nobody wants to look at my videos. Everybody thinks, and the only reason why people ain't running at me harder is because I don't have no subscribers. If I had 100,000 or 200,000 subscribers, they'd be all out. They'd be all over me. So I don't know. But I say what you ain't gonna be able to do is come to me and bust me out and say, "Oh, I remember he did something. He did something foul to me." Oh, I know. I already know. I'm already saying I was a foul person before I got my head on straight. Yes, I was a foul person. So I already said that. And I'm telling you, if God could save me, God could save you. If you want to listen, I had to look in the mirror and say, okay, I am not the person that I really want to be. I'm not that person. I had to see, people were telling me little by little, hey, maybe you should try, maybe you should change this or that. And see, they were being nice to me. Nobody was really coming at me because out of their respect for me, they wasn't coming like that. But God, man, came straight at me, man, straight down the pipe and put me in some situations where I had to realize, wow, I am not handling business like a righteous person should handle business. And he put me in situations where people were talking to me in a way where it let me know, man, these people do not see me the way I want to be seen. It's something I must be doing something. If all these people are looking at me like that, I must be doing something wrong. So I'm saying to you, black woman, you got to take. You see, the thing that saved me is I was willing to accept the fact that I wasn't what I thought I was. I was willing to at least look at it, consider the fact that maybe it's me. Maybe I'm doing something that's having people approach me in such a way that's showing me that they don't think of me and the way I want to be thought of. It's not so much that they just bad people. It's just, yeah, they're not good people, but it's good that they're not good people because God used them to get to me to say, hey, something's wrong here. Something is wrong here. And it can't be them because these people don't even know each other and they still approach me the same way. So something is wrong here. Something is wrong on my end. Something's wrong on your end, black woman. Something's wrong on your end. A lot of it is biological. It's hard for you to deal with, but you're not all biological. You're a human being and you have a mental power and you can overcome the biology. But don't wait too late. Don't wait too late. The last question is, do you want to continue to be a savage? How is being a savage working for you? I got what I want. I get what I want. I do what I want. I go to Hawaii, Miami. I go wherever I want to do. I do whatever I want to do. Oh, okay. What about the wall? See, nothing's going to put your savagery on display like the wall. The wall is coming. The wall is coming. See, your job as a woman is to negotiate the best male that you can negotiate for before the wall comes. Because once the wall comes, that's going to significantly deteriorate your the long-term relationship negotiating power significantly. Why? Because the wall the wall is going to destroy your sexual market value. Every year your sexual market value goes down, but the wall is a one-hit wonder. Bam! The wall is going to do a job on your sexual market value, which is in turn going to do a job on your long-term relationship value. But I'm still a good person. Who cares? It's like me with no job. I could approach you as a woman. I got no job. I'm a good person. You're going to be like, who cares? You ain't got no money. You ain't got no money. Well, men think the same way when it comes to looks. Who cares? I'm not going to be aroused, so I'm not going to stay in this relationship. I mean, if you want monogamous relationships, if you want a monogamous relationship, this is how it's going to work. Now, if you want polyamorous relationships, then it may still work in a polyamorous relationship because once the man is not able to physically get aroused by you will let somebody else in, and then he can get aroused by her, and then when he ain't aroused by her anymore, you guys can let somebody else in. Now, in a polyamorous situation, it may work. That may work. But in a monogamous relationship where you want to be the only point of contention, then that's a lot of pressure. See, in a polyamorous situation, you ain't got that kind of pressure, right? You got a little bit of pressure. I mean, you don't want one of the wives to stand out over the other ones. The only thing you want them to be a difference is in age. Your wife should not be close in age. When I say close, I mean within 1 or 2 years of each other. They shouldn't be close in age like that. They should be at least spread out at least 5 to 10 years. I mean, for the best handling of the situation. That way you keep the wall off of some. The wall is never hit on all of them at the same time. Brother, you talking crazy. I know I'm talking crazy. But I say, hey, if you can dispute anything I say, please hit me up and let's come on a live stream and talk about it. Let's come on live stream and talk about it. Because I'm just telling the truth because I want black men and black women to be in good relationships, because I think the reason why we're doing so poorly in, if you look at our test scores in math, if you look at our test scores in English, if you look at our test scores in science, we are doing the worst of the worst of the worst. How are we going to get anywhere when we're doing, I mean, overall? Yeah, we got some people that are doing good, but I mean, overall, we're not doing good overall. We're not doing good in communication. We're not doing well. And that's because the family unit, which is the nuclear family unit, which was the backbone of the black community, has broken down, has been broken down, and it is broken down. And black women don't want to face the fact that the the nuclear family is the only way we're going to get out of this situation. The nuclear family, which means a man and at least one man and one woman in the household together, with the children all in the same household. That is the nuclear family. Whether it's polyamorous or monogamous, you still need a nuclear family. That's the best way to raise children, is when they're all in the same house, under the same roof, under the same mothers and fathers. Only, but today's woman doesn't see it that way, because the women's empowerment movement has really just, like I said, the women's empowerment movement was good for women as it relates to jobs and as it relates to personal security, personal safety. The rest of it, the rest of it really needs to be left alone. Unless you can bring a feminist that wants to come on and talk to me about it and tell me what the benefits of feminism are to women, outside of those two things, I'm more than happy to, because I'm not above learning something. I'm not above learning something. If you could teach me about it and then I could have a new understanding about it, maybe. But I'm looking at black relationships that are absolutely in turmoil. There is no such thing as black relationships anymore. Everybody just hitting it and quitting it. So we got single motherhood off the charts, out of control, out of control, and growing every day. It's just out of control. Why? Because most men are looking at the situation where a woman says she is savage and saying, "Yeah, I don't mind shooting up your club, but I ain't trying to commit to you. I'm not trying to do that." So, in conclusion, you know, a black woman you got to realize how you present yourself out here. You got to realize how you present yourself out here. Oh gosh, something in my eye. Uh, you gotta look at how you present yourself. Are you presenting yourself as a savage, and then you want intelligent people to try to be in a relationship with you? Really? I don't think you're thinking about your presentation and how it affects the people that surround you and the men that you say you want to get involved with. Because nobody wants a good man. I say black women don't even start thinking about good men until they hit about 27, 28. Baby or two dropped on them, and then they go, "Oh, this is what they was talking about when they said this is a bad dude. This is what my mama was talking about when she said maybe you should leave that guy alone because he just hit it and split it and quit it." I know what I'll do. There was a guy in high school. He really liked me. He was a good dude. He probably got his life together and everything. I just take these two children and my student loans over to him, and my craziness and this woman's empowerment thinking over to him, and ruin his life. Yeah, that's what I'll do. No, no, black woman, you got to put yourself together right. When you present yourself to a man, you need to be at the best possible situation, not no savage situation. Don't be no savage, because savages eat each other, man. When the stuff hits the fan, savages eat each other. They continue to they'll sit around each other like they mean each other well, but in the end, they'll eat each other alive. Once the resources get thin, they eat each other alive. Anyway, Don't be a savage, black woman. Stop being a savage. Don't let yourself be called a savage. Stop calling yourself a savage. Stop calling yourself a bitch, and stop calling yourself a hoe. Because you shouldn't be those things. And if you are those things, you don't have to stay those things. I was a freak. I was a out of my mind crazy person. But one day I had to say to myself, you know what? I don't have to stay like this. But here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you what helped me. I was using these demons and this sexual energy as a crutch to go through life because I felt like if I give this up, I'm gonna be nothing. I'm gonna fall apart. But so I was kept on asking God to take it from me. But no, that's not how it happens. Let me tell you, because some of y'all is sitting there now praying, saying, God, please take this from me. God ain't gonna take nothing from me. It's not, it's already the avenue for you to walk into God's bosom is already open. It's the demons keeping your eyes blocked. It's you holding on to the demons. You gotta let the demon go. You gotta let him go. Let the demons go. Yeah, you're gonna fall because the demon's been holding you up. So you're gonna fall. You gotta get your leg. It's like Neo in the it's like Neo in the Matrix. Once he took the red pill, he saw how frail his body was. They had to keep working on him just to get his legs strong enough so he could stand up. Because he never used them. Huh? That's how it's gonna be, man. Your spiritual legs are gonna be weak because you ain't really never used them. Your spiritual arms are gonna be weak because you never really used them. But that's okay. You just put one foot in front of the other ones, brother. I did the same thing. I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. I'm still walking away from. I'm horrified by it. I think about some of the things I've done in my life, man. I'm horrified. I'm horrified. Some of the people I betrayed their trust. I stepped on their feelings, man. I did so much. Why you think I'm on YouTube? I'm trying to make up for all of that drama I put out there, man. Black woman, you don't have to stay no hoe. You don't have to stay no. You don't have to stay no savage. You don't have to say no um, bitch. You don't have to. You don't have to. Look inside yourself. Look inside yourself and see a righteous woman that's in there. Every woman got a righteous person in there. Every woman. There's a righteous person in there. There's a righteous female in there. It's whether you gonna let her out, whether you gonna say, see, I didn't know what it looked like to walk on my spiritual legs. See, I just know what it's not supposed to look like. So I'm still trying to find my way. I'm still finding my way. But I know I know that I feel better than I did when I was, rolling with demons. I feel better than that. I may not look as good, right? Because when the light of truth hits you, brother, you realize, man, demons was keeping you safe, keeping you in a state of mind where you could keep on continuing to do it. And once the demons leave, then you age at that point. You're gonna age right then. Bam, it's gonna hit you. Woo! Because the demons left you. They was keeping all of that. They was keeping everything off of you. But as your spiritual legs get better, you become a beacon of light for others. That's what I am. I'm a beacon of light for others. I'm trying to be a beacon of light for others. And I'm saying, black woman, you could be the same way. You could be the same way. I ain't gonna tell you that people ain't gonna be cruel out here. They are. Some people that's cruel. They ain't gonna never let your past go. So what? Everybody got a past. Everybody's got a past. Everybody, man, I'm telling you, if you could dig up on everybody's got a past. So don't let somebody throw your past at you and say, "Oh, you was a hoe, you was this, you was that." So what? So what? You was a hoe. So what? You was a bitch. So what? You was a savage. So what? God say you can be whatever he wants you to be. But if you was living that savage life, you need to do a cleanse. You need to clean your system out, sister. I'm a big proponent of you cleaning your system out. I don't think you should go around trying to get into a new relationship with the essence of another man in you. I think that is really an immature way of dating. And if you're dating several different men and you having intercourse with several different men, it should not be within a 7-day cycle, and it really shouldn't. You really shouldn't be having intercourse with more than one man at a time. But if you are, I'm trying to help you be as safe as way you can. Please do not within a 7-day period, because you need to clean out yourself. When you have dudes raw dogging you, man, even if they're using condom, just the energy that they're putting into your body, that your body is going to try to formulate itself around whoever's putting that energy in you at the time. If you have more than one man doing that in a short period of time, it's confusing to your body. That's why sisters say why your head's hurting. You got these headaches, these migraines, because you're having sex with too many different dudes. And one dude's essence is going to give your body a set of instructions. Then you have sex with another dude and he leave his essence in you. And then that's another set of instructions. That creates confusion. Then you have another dude and it's another set of instructions. Plus that shows no respect for any of the guys that you with. That is, if you can't respect yourself enough to do that, then you shouldn't be out here anyway. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet that God picked up in a day of love and dusted off and set on a good way. Hey, this is your brother. This is your brother, Brother Clarence, coach. Man, I do life coaching. I do relationship coaching. Um, and I'm doing a little more study so I can get into money coaching. I could money coach, but I don't want to do that yet. I want, I do a little bit. I do career coaching. I don't do exactly, give your money to me. I don't do money management, but I definitely can tell you how to protect yourself. If you're thinking about getting a long-term relationship, I can definitely tell you how to set up a situation where you can protect yourself and your premarital assets. So if some of y'all, like I said, men, I'm talking to black men now. If you want to, or any man, if you want to, if you're being in a situation where somebody wants you to marry them and you can't find no way out of it, and you're not 40 years old, I don't think no man should get married in America before the age of 40, because you're not mentally strong enough. You're gonna want it, but the other person don't want it. The other person don't want it, and that's the problem. I mean, excuse me, you want it, but they want it, but you don't want it. You want it, but you don't want it. Deep in your heart, you don't want it. And that's not what we want. We want you to want what you want. We want you to get what you want. If you want something, you get it. Okay? So that's what that's what we're trying to tell you. I don't want you getting married to somebody and you get married to somebody and then, oh man, I married this person, and then 10 years down the line you realize I never really wanted this marriage, man. I just didn't want her to cry. I did all this so that I'm not happy. I'm gonna break this whole thing apart just because, I'm not happy. You know what I mean? No, we don't want nothing like that happening. Anyway, like I said, I'm just your little brother. What do I know? If you can find information that can overtake what I'm saying, then bring it on. Let's discuss it in a logical manner, and let's do what we can do. Yeah, in a logical manner, and let's talk about it. But black women, please, man, stop calling yourself a savage. All right. Oh yeah, and to the brothers, never be the aggressor. Never be the aggressor. Peace to all of y'all.